This man floated in the sea for 3 days and 3 nights after his plane crashed. Just when he was about to give up, he saw an island far away. He quickly brought his small boat to the beach, but the island was completely deserted. There was no sign of humans. He kept shouting, but no one was there. Then he used stones on the beach to make a large help signal so that planes flying overhead could see him. After that, he used his boat to build a temporary shelter right there on the beach. Exhausted, he decided to do more the next day. But at night, as he was about to sleep, a strange sound came from the jungle. He immediately became alert and, out of fear, stayed awake all night, holding a boat paddle in his hand. The next morning, he saw that the help signal he made the day before had been washed away by the sea waves. He immediately gathered some dry wood and made a new, bigger help signal on a higher, safer spot on the beach. Just then, some cargo packets floated onto the beach from the sea. Tom picked up all the packets, thinking they might be useful. Then, the same strange sound came from the jungle again. He shouted loudly, but there was no reply. This time, he gathered courage and went towards the jungle. As he walked a little further, something fell near him and scared him. When he looked, he realized it was a coconut. He collected more coconuts because he hadn't eaten or drunk anything all day. He tried to break a coconut by hitting it on a stone, but it was very difficult. The coconut wouldn't break. Then he tried to break the coconut with another stone, but the stone broke instead. Finally, he started to cut the coconut with the broken stone, and after much effort, the coconut broke, but there was very little water. Then he learned how to make a small hole in the coconut with a stone. He picked up the coconut, put it to his mouth, and happily drank the sweet water. After drinking water, he made a bag for himself and, holding a stick, started looking around for help. He walked from morning till evening. He only found one more cargo packet and nothing else. In the end, he felt like he had returned to where he started. Now he decided to climb to the top of the mountain to see if it was really a single island. While climbing, his foot got cut by a stone. A lot of blood came out. He tore a piece from his pants to make a bandage and put some grass and herbs in his socks, tying them around both his feet. After an hour of climbing, he reached the top of the hill. He saw that there was nothing but water all around. No other land was visible. His heart sank. Just then, he saw a man floating in the sea a little distance away. He immediately climbed down and swam to him and saw that it was the plane's pilot, but the pilot was not alive. Tom dragged the pilot to the beach and found a torch on him. The torch was still working. He took off the pilot's shoes. They were small, but he modified them and put them on. In the pilot's pocket, he found a wallet. The wallet had a family photo of the pilot. Seeing it, he became emotional. A happy family would now never be complete. He decided to bury the pilot right there on the beach and put his family photo with him. He carved the pilot's name and age on a rock. By the time he finished all this, it was evening. At night, lying in his shelter, he felt very lonely and sad, but his wife's photo became his comfort. Days passed, but no help came. Slowly, he started to adjust to life there. Every morning, he drank water from the dew on the leaves. He used coconut shells to store water. He used the sand as a bathroom and covered it with his feet to prevent smell. When he was hungry, he went fishing in the sea. But sometimes, even after a lot of effort, he caught nothing. Then one night, when he couldn't sleep, he went for a walk on the beach. He saw a light in the sea. He immediately understood that it was a ship's light. He became excited and started shouting loudly. He saw that there was no response from the ship, so he started waving his light vigorously so that the ship's crew could see him. But in the middle of the sea, his small light was nothing. With the hope of rescue, he took out his small boat, tied the elastic of his underwear around his head to make a temporary cap, and sat in the boat to reach the ship. He started paddling with all his might. Big waves were stopping his boat from moving forward. Even after paddling from morning till afternoon, he only moved 100 meters. Still, he didn't give up and continued paddling. Finally, a big wave overturned his boat, and unfortunately, his leg hit a rock and he screamed in pain. Injured, he dragged himself and his boat back to the island. As if his troubles weren't enough, a storm also came and heavy rain started. He quickly covered the cargo packages with his boat. There was no shelter and his leg was injured, so he went to a cave on the island. He checked the surroundings with his light and, deeming it safe, went inside. Luckily, there was a spring there. He was very thirsty, so he bent down to drink water. It was dirty water, but he was very thirsty. While drinking water, he fell asleep right there, forgetting to turn off the light. The next morning when he woke up, the light was dead and the infection in his leg had worsened. If not treated in time, his leg would become useless. He started opening the packages. The first package contained skating shoes, whose blades seemed useful. The second package had a volleyball. The third had a lady's skirt, but the black net of the skirt seemed useful to him. The rest of the packages contained cassettes and a useless contract paper. The last package had an angel wings symbol. He considered it a sign of hope and kept it. He made a bed for himself from the cardboard. He cut cloth from the skating shoes and used shoelaces to bandage his wound. Now breaking coconuts and cutting wood also became easy with the shoes. Then he also caught a large crab. He had been hungry for many days, so he was very happy, but eating raw crabs seemed difficult to him. He used the skirt's net to make a fishing net and caught a small fish. While eating the fish, he realized that raw food didn't taste good, so he started rubbing wood to make fire. He used paper as fuel. He tried hard, then got tired, so he rested and started eating a coconut. While eating the coconut, a new idea came to his mind: to use the coconut shell to rub back and forth. This increased friction, but his hand got cut. Another injury. Every day he was fighting to stay alive. In frustration, he shouted and started hitting his hands and feet. He picked up the volleyball and threw it. After releasing his emotions, he composed himself, bandaged his hand, and started thinking about a new way to make fire. His bloodied handprint was on the volleyball. He drew a face on the ball, named it Wilson, and made it his friend. With Wilson, he became motivated and started trying to make fire again. After much effort, sparks started appearing. Then he saw that the fire was dying down due to lack of air. So he dug a pit, put wood in it, rubbed hard, and blew air with his mouth. Finally, the fire ignited. His joy knew no bounds. At night, he made a big fire on the beach to give a rescue signal. Now he felt that there was hope for survival. He roasted seafood, and after many days, he ate cooked seafood. He talked to Wilson every day and drew his wife's photo on the rock to give himself courage to live. Time passed quickly. He didn't even realize 4 years had gone by. He, who was once fat and heavy-bodied, had now become a skeleton. No one knows how he spent those 4 years. He was just living like a walking corpse. The good thing was that he had become very good at fishing. Sometimes he thought of escaping from this jungle, but the merciless waves of the sea broke his courage. One day, while looking for food in the sea, he found a piece of iron. He was very happy to find something new. He stood the metal on the beach and sat with Wilson, looking at it. Slowly, an idea came to his mind. It was light, could be folded, and wasn't broken. Perfect to make a sail. He immediately started working. He attached his old skating shoes to wood to make an axe and lit a fire under a big tree so the wood would dry quickly. Then he started cutting small bushes to make ropes, peeled their bark, and worked day and night without eating or drinking to make ropes. He thought if he didn't go now, he would never be able to go. He cut down all the small trees in the jungle, even using old videotape to make ropes. When he returned to his cave, his mind was very sad. He understood that traveling in the sea was very dangerous. Returning alive might be difficult. A few days later, he built a raft. He put the angel wing parcel box on it, took Wilson with him, and launched his raft into the sea on a windy day. A journey towards a new life began. He was sailing the raft, going through each wave. Whenever a big wave came, he would immediately open the iron sheet sail. The raft turned out to be quite strong. With the help of the wind, he crossed the big waves and reached a calm sea. As he moved further away, he kept looking back at where he had spent 4 years. Under the evening sun, new hope had awakened in his heart. When he was hungry, he fished in the sea. One night, a strong storm came and the sail flew away. He held onto the raft tightly so he wouldn't fly away either. The next day, the waves splashed water, bringing him to his senses. But as he woke up, he saw Wilson was gone. He went mad, shouting. He immediately jumped into the water. He tied the raft to himself and started swimming towards Wilson. But the rope was too short, and he was so exhausted that he couldn't do anything. In front of him, Wilson drifted away. In that moment, he felt as if he had lost everything. The last shred of hope was broken. He gave up on everything, lay on the raft, and floated in the sea. Suddenly, one day, he heard the sound of a ship's engine. He immediately waved his hands for help. The ship's crew saw him. After 1,500 days, he was back. But when he returned to the modern city, he found out that his wife had married someone else and had a child. The truth was that 1,500 days were enough. Chuck goes to meet Kelly, and she is overjoyed to see him, hugging him tightly. But Kelly now has her own family, so she cannot go with Chuck. They decide that their paths are now separate. Chuck returns the watch Kelly had given him, which was with him on the island because it was a family heirloom of Kelly's. And before he leaves, Kelly kisses him because she still loves him, but she cannot leave her family. Chuck also doesn't want Kelly to leave her family and come with him. Kelly also has Chuck's car, which holds many memories for him. Kelly returns the car to Chuck, and Chuck drives away in it. But when Chuck drives a little further, Kelly stands watching him from behind, deeply saddened by his departure. She feels like something is missing. She runs after the car, calling Chuck's name. Chuck puts her in his car, and it seems like Chuck and Kelly will leave together now. But they think for a while, and then Chuck tells Kelly to go back home, and he drops her off at her house.